for our conditional use permit. In addition, Samaya Rocket Morgan is here with us, acting as secretary to the hearing. We are recording these hearings as a permanent record. We ask that you remain on mute if you are not giving testimony. If you are calling by phone, it is *6 to mute and unmute. If multiple people are sharing a screen, we ask that only one person speak at a time, and please refrain from side conversations during an individual's testimony. These requests are made so we can accurately record the information and hear from those giving testimony. When each address is called by Ms. Rocket Morgan, I ask that the applicant or representative indicate you are present. I will then ask for you to state your name and your address for the record. After a time of questions with the applicant, I will call for testimony from any persons in favor of the application. Then I will ask for testimony from any persons in opposition to the application. Following today's hearing, our office will make a recommendation to the Board of Public Service, which is a separate department here at the city. They will then make the final determination. No decisions will be made here today. Therefore, you are welcome to leave or stay on the call and listen. The Board of Public Service will notify you by mail regarding the findings of your conditional use permit in approximately 2 weeks. Samaya, will you please read the first case?
100 North Florissant Avenue, AOP 1160724 Shell gas station and convenience store with cooking,
Yes,
adding
ma'am.
packaged liquor.
Do I have any?
Local
Sorry, go ahead.
commercial and office district, Ward 14.
Do I have somebody here for 2800 North Florissant?
Good morning, Sandy. Yes, that's Zaid.
Can I have your name and address, please?
It's Zaid Benifadel, Zaid. Last name Banifadel. Address is 617 Painted Vista Drive, Baldwin, Missouri 63021.
You want to explain what you're trying to do here?
I'm pretty sure you're familiar with what I've been doing here. Great business. Just trying to add the liquor to my list because a lot of the neighbors, most of the neighbors are wanting it because they don't want to walk too far to Cass on 13th or other places to get it. A lot of people, they don't drive. A lot of elder people, they also do not want to go to downtown, especially dangerous places. So far, I've been lucky enough that I kept all my promises, and it's been a very clean and safe business for me and my neighbors.
You want to explain what the rest of your business is about as well?
Gas station, grocery, hot food.
What kind of hot foods do you sell?
I'm sorry.
What kind of hot foods do you sell?
So we cook to go. We do chicken, rice, fish, shrimp, steak.
Okay. And what kind of liquor do you plan on selling?
Hard liquor and beer.
So full package liquor?
Full package liquor, yes.
Will you sell any by the can?
If I can, yes. I have enough space on the cooler.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's the code, but if I'm allowed to, yes, I will. If I'm not allowed, then
Do you have any vending machines outside?
no, ma'am.
So you have a deli in your convenience store. Do you have any other uses in there?
I have just the deli. The deli and the groceries, pretty much frozen food, cold drinks, snacks, some cleaning products, phone accessories, tobacco products.
Okay. Do you sell blunts and such?
Swisher Sweets, yes, we do.
Okay. What's your hours of operation?
6 a.m. to midnight.
I do remember that you came back and extended your hours. Is that correct?
Yes, it was. Yep, from 9 o'clock first when I had it because the history of the place, you guys gave me until 9 o'clock, and I was okay with it, and I proved myself, and the neighbors supported me, and they changed the hours. They also got down on the security hours as well.
Okay. How many employees do you have?
Right now, about 8.
How many do you have per shift?
Uh, so 2 cashiers and 2 cooks, so 4 each shift.
Okay. Do you have parking spaces?
Yes, ma'am.
How many do you have?
Minimum, I could put 15 to 20 cars.
Okay. Do you ever have that many cars on the lot at once?
Uh, Sometimes on the rush hours, maybe 10 cars, just lunchtime.
Okay.
But I don't let people just hang out. I always keep them moving.
You have exterior lighting and surveillance cameras?
Yes,
Are they available for law enforcement if they need them?
24/7.
Okay.
I actually offered if they want to tap into my system, they are also welcome to do so.
Okay. How do you dispose of trash? Do you have a commercial dumpster?
Yes,
Is it enclosed?
yes.
Okay. So I have to read the drug, we have to go through the whole conditional code program again, so I'm gonna read the drug paraphernalia one to you once again. There shall be no sale of items that can be used or are intended for use as drug paraphernalia as defined in ordinance 68404 or its successor ordinances, including but not limited to food scales, glass tubes, disposable lighters with pop-off tops, steel scrubbing pads and screens, rolling papers, ephedrine or pseudoephedrine, diet supplements, sleep aids, bath salts, or other substitutes for illegal drugs. In addition, tobacco products shall be sold in original packaging only. Do you have any issue with any of those items?
No, ma'am. That's what I've been doing since day one.
Okay. Are you going to install any new signs?
Signs, I might get the DBA, which I know they need to be permitted. So if I do, I'll have to get a permit.
And make sure you get it permitted if you get new signs.
I'm sorry.
Make sure you get it permitted if you
Yes.
install
Yes.
any new signs. Have you
Yes, ma'am.
reached out to your neighborhood association or alderman for their support for adding
Yes, ma'am.
liquor?
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
we have any
You
letters of
have
support?
you have letter of support. We had a little difficulty because some of the people that's in charge, I want to say the neighborhood association president, from Old North and from St. Louis Place, they had to work, and the one that was speaking on behalf of the St. Louis Place, he had an emergency where he had to get some testing done at the hospital, but you already have the letter of support in your hand or your email.
So I do have the letter of support from St. Louis Place. And I have one from the alderman, from the sheriff, from Crown
From the
Candy,
Yep. Then from Miss Brown Loving, that's
from Miss Robinson.
yep, that's neighborhood association president from my end.
Okay, Miss Robinson is, okay.
Yes.
So you have a lot of support here, so that's good. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so will the use be detrimental to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare?
No, ma'am.
Will the use cause serious injury to the neighboring property by hindering use or reducing or impairing property values?
No, ma'am.
There's something I forgot to touch on. You still have a security person working at your store?
Yes.
What are the hours that they
Yes.
work?
8 to midnight, which again, they're not needed. It's a condition you guys put on me. I want to take it off because I've been doing great. We barely have any calls for the police. Actually, if you look, I don't have any personally.
So if you want to take it off, you'll have to come back and amend that condition.
Yes.
So we can't do it today,
Yep.
okay?
Yes.
Okay, will the use cause serious injury to the neighboring property by hindering use or reducing or impairing property values? I'm not sure if I asked you that already.
Yep. No, ma'am.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, ma'am. Then
Thank you.
you will.
Is there anyone here in support of this application that would like to speak?
Yes, me. But I can wait in line. I don't know what. Yeah.
Um, okay, Ms. Sanders, can I have your name and address, please?
Oh, sorry, Alderman Aldrich. Does he want to go first? Why don't he
No,
go
he's
first?
gonna wait. He's gonna wait until probably everybody else speaks. So,
Okay, all right. So my name is Janet Sanders, and we have a business at 2802 Blair Avenue, 63107, and it's ornamental iron. We are directly on the side, I'd say, or the back of the gas station. And so our business has been there a while. So we went through the previous owner, that experience. And Zaid's work in the gas station is truly incredible. I'm not exaggerating in any way, shape, or form. He has transformed the place in a way that I didn't even think was possible. Absolutely not. The place is professional. It is calm. We are all as a neighborhood so happy to be in there. Um, it has a feeling of like politeness and care. It is the polar opposite of what was going on before. I often think we have one of the best gas stations in North City. I am so impressed. I just can't believe it. He is wonderful as a colleague, a business colleague in the neighborhood. So can't speak more highly about that. Um, Everything is very professional. It is very careful. It is extremely dedicated. The amount of time and work put into this is like A plus. His employees are wonderful. I mean, there is not a single thing that I can say, Zaid, could you do this or that? Is not there's doesn't exist. He knows his work, through and through. It couldn't be better. So if there's anybody to handle a liquor license, it would be him because I've seen other liquor licenses in the neighborhood. They've been, good, okay sometimes, but he will do the best. He will do absolutely the best. I have, full confidence that he will be highly responsible. So, do you want me to say any more? Or do you have
no,
any?
thank you, Ms. Sanders. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thanks a
Um,
ton.
is there anybody else that would like to speak? Alderman?
Thank you, Ms. Long. My name is Rasheen Aldrich, the Alderman of the 14th Ward. And, I second everything Ms. Sanders said about Mr. Zaid. I call him Z. And I'm able to call him Z because he's truly established being a community partner, kind of like family. And like Ms. Sanders said, it is night and day what Mr. Zaid has done with this gas station from the previous owner, which I won't go into detail, was one of the owners that was caught up with several alders. But he has, like I say, turned this gas station around. When he talks about calmness, I visit the gas station quite often, and I have not one time seen an incident at that store. As someone who used to stay at 1408 Wright Street under the previous owner, it was always riffraff. There was always something going on outside the gas station, inside the gas station. But under Zaid's leadership, that has just not been. I do think, he's shown not only that I believe that he'll be able to handle a liquor license, but he has been since coming into Old North and St. Louis Place, because this location sits kind of right on the borderline at St. Louis Avenue and North Florissant. Since he's took over this gas station, he hasn't just focused on his business. He's also been a true community partner. If it's national night outs, if it's Halloween events, if it's Thanksgiving, Christmas drives, or recently Thanksgiving, I kind of wrap those together. Thanksgiving drives, but also just as recent as the Christmas drives in the neighborhood. He's always supportive. If it's, giving snacks, giving water, giving ice, supporting organizations like Old North when they had the National Night Out, as Andy at Crown Candy, was on the hot dog grill. You know, he's continued to support the neighborhood, and this is the type of business owners that we want in our neighborhood. And he's just shown that. You know, again, under the previous leadership, it felt like we was being terrorized in our neighborhood with just a lack of an individual who cared about the community. But Mrs. Aid has just shown that, as Ms. Sanders said, you know, Northside has a lot of gas stations. Sometimes that's an issue, but this one right here is one that is actually doing it the right way. And I appreciate what he's doing, and I totally support his ability to be able to have a liquor license at this location.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else that would like to speak? Okay, we'll call this hearing heard. Ms. Rocket Morgan, will you please read the next case?
Thirty-four 67 Hampton Avenue, Suite 69, AOP 1163724, Need Bakehouse Group, Inc. Restaurant with sidewalk seating, carry out, no liquor. Neighborhood Commercial District, Ward 4.
Okay, is there anyone here to represent the application?
Yes, I am. I'm Andrew Brown for Need Bakehouse.
Can we get your mailing address?
Yeah, it's 3467 Hampton Avenue.
You want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing here?
Yeah, so we are a sourdough bakery that does breakfast and lunch, and we have a bunch of sourdough pastries. And so we are now expanding into the adjacent space next door to us, and it's about a 900 square foot space that was previously a U.S. title space. And so we've taken that over and have conjoined it with our previous existing operations and have added just dining into that space. Before that, we were just grab and go and seating outside. And so now we are able to actually have people come in and sit down just from taking food that they order and just going and sitting in the inside area, which is something that people have been wanting for a long time, and just happy to be able to provide that for them now.
Okay. And how big did you say that adjacent space was?
900 square feet.
Okay. And approximately how many people will the restaurant now hold in total?
Just for seating in general in that space, I think it was approved already from our occupancy permit that we had for 22, I believe.
22. Okay. And how many employees do you have?
About 15.
And then how many per shift?
About 9.
And is there currently off-street parking?
Yes. Yeah, we have, I believe, around 15 parking spaces.
And what are your days and hours of operation?
We are currently closed Monday and Tuesday, and then the rest of the week we are open 7:30 to 2 o'clock, and Sunday we're open 8 to 12.
So Wednesday through Saturday at 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Is that correct?
Yeah, sorry, Saturday is also 8 o'clock in the morning to 2 p.m. And then Sunday is 8 o'clock to 12.
And you kind of mentioned it earlier, but in addition to sourdough breakfast, lunch, what type of foods do you serve?
Yeah, so everything that we do is sourdough related. So we do sourdough breads as our main staple, all these old world varieties of breads. And then we do a bunch of sourdough pastries. And then fresh from the kitchen, we do breakfast and lunch items, breakfast sandwiches, granola parfaits, tartines, those kinds of things. And then for lunch, we do salads, soups, and sandwiches.
Do you currently serve any liquor?
No.
Do you plan on in the future?
No.
And then where do you currently dispose of any trash?
Yeah, so we have an alleyway in the back. It's a commercial alleyway that we have a large um, recycling bin and garbage bin out there, and a compost bin.
And then do you guys have a loading area for receiving any goods?
We have a back door. We don't have a dock level loading, but we do have a back entrance. Yes.
Okay. And you're not making any, well, are you making any structural alterations to the adjacent space?
No structural. No.
Are you going to be posting any new signage?
No.
And then now, including the adjacent space, how many exits does the restaurant have?
Four. Four.
4.
Yep.
And is the space ADA accessible?
Yes.
Do you guys have any outdoor seating? I forgot.
Yes, we have 10 outdoor seats that we do seasonally. That's was just through the previous occupancy permit.
You guys have a walk-up window or drive-through?
No.
Have you guys had any additional health or safety inspections for the adjacent space?
Yeah, we've gone through all of the occupancy zoning and permitting at this point. With
Okay.
that,
And have you reached out to your neighborhood association or alderperson for their support?
yes, yeah, and they've sent in their letter. I think it was a combined letter.
Yes, so we have a letter from the Lindenwood Park Neighborhood Association. They did, and they included some conditions that they would like to be put on it. Are you familiar with those, or would you like me to read them?
You can read them because, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. They just said, we ask that the following conditions be placed on the permit for good of the neighborhood and surrounding residents. Current lighting plans should be adequate for security. The building should be equipped with a security camera. Normal business hours between 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. No delivery shall occur before 8 or after 10 p.m., before 8 a.m. or after 10 p.m. Litter shall be collected as needed and minimum of once daily. Business should have a commercial trash dumpster. Should any nuisance arise, the owners of Need Bakehouse will work with the city and police to resolve any issues. No loitering. The business must be compliant with all requirements of federal, state, local laws, and the business must be compliant with all current city requirements. That's just what they included in their letter. Do you have any issues with any of those?
No, those are all already happening.
Okay. Perfect. And then these are just 2 questions we ask every applicant. Will the use be detrimental to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare?
No.
And then lastly, will the use cause any serious injury to the neighboring property by hindering use or reducing or impairing property values?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No.
Thank you so much for your testimony. Is there anyone here today on the call in support of the application? Is there anyone opposed to the application? Oh, sorry, Lovings?
No, my hand has been raised about the Shell gas station. I called in, and when I unmuted, you guys couldn't hear me. That's what my hand is raised for. I was trying to make a statement.
Sorry, I see you having that.
Are you in support or in opposition to the gas station?
It was in support, but I'm the board president for the neighborhood, so I was speaking.
Okay, let's wrap up this case and then we'll come back to you.
No problem.
So Andrew, thank you for your testimony, and we call your hearing heard.
Okay, Ms. Lovings, we're gonna open up 2800 North Florissant again.
Yes, I'm sorry. I had called in under 314-405-1789 and I unmuted, but you guys were talking over and didn't hear anything. I'm calling,
Can I get your name and address, please?
yes, ma'am, Robin Lovings Brown, 3243 North 19th Street, second floor.
I didn't catch your first name.
Robin with an I, Robin Lovings
thank you.
Brown.
What would you like to add?
I wanted to add that I'm a current resident, been here 16 years, and also the board president for the neighborhood association. And Mr. Z, as we call him, has been an amazing business owner to us. I have actually came and sat at his business, did pop-ups multiple times, stayed at the business for several hours, literally have worked the shift multiple times with staff, whether it's been during the day, whether it's been during the evening. I have seen them do conflict resolution. I have seen them control very aggressive, hostile customers who's been disruptive. Seen him make sure that the business have ran peacefully and not have disturbed our community. Like the alderman stated, he's been very supportive when we've had functions and different events in the neighborhood. He's been a community hands-on person. If we made a request or complaint, he took those requests and complaints and took action on those requests and complaints. He's been very cooperative with our, with our conditions. He's went above and beyond to make sure that the business is peaceful versus a disturbance like it has been in the past when it was a nuisance. And we're welcome and we're thankful. We welcome him and we're thankful to have Z as a business owner in the Old North community. And I just wanted to give him my full support with the liquor licensing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll call this hearing heard. Samaya, will you please read the next case?
3029 South Jefferson Avenue, AOP 1158324, Street for Apparel, convenience store selling clothing, snacks, no liquor, no cooking, F Neighborhood Commercial District, Ward 7.
Is there anyone here today to represent this application?
Yes.
Okay, can we get your name and mailing address, please?
Alec Dominic, 33 Country Creek Drive, St. Peters, Missouri, 63376.
And do you want to tell us a little bit about what you'll be doing here?
Yeah. We opened up the store in about February of last year. It's our flagship clothing store for our brand, created by me and my business partner. We sell custom clothing, cold drinks, snacks, tobacco products. And yeah.
They opened February last. Did we say February
Last year.
Have you been open a year already without a occupancy?
We had an occupancy permit, which was handed to us from the previous owners of the business. So yes, we did have.
So you did not have one in your own name for this past year?
We did not have one. We didn't have one in our own name. We had purchased business Puffin stuff. Like I said, in about February of last year, and they had a occupancy permit attached to their business.
Occupancies don't go from person to person. That's all. Once they sell, you have to get your own.
Understood.
Sorry,
Okay.
Sorry, Catherine. Go ahead.
Okay. How large is the building?
It's about 5,800 square feet. I believe it was previously a dental office. It had been sitting vacant for some years.
Okay. And then you sort of touched on it a couple of seconds ago, but what items do you guys sell?
We sell a range of items starting from clothes to snacks, cold drinks. We also sell convenience store items such as tobacco products, hemp products, etc. So really anything you could find in a convenience store.
Do you guys sell liquor?
We do not, no.
Will there be or is there an ATM or vending machine outside?
Outside, no.
Is there one inside?
We plan on putting an ATM inside the building. Yes.
Will there be any other uses in the building besides a convenience store? It sounds like you might have already answered that with the selling of clothes, snacks, tobacco, hemp products. Do you guys sell any? When you say snacks, do you guys sell any like heated food?
No, everything's packaged.
Okay. And then what are the hours of operation?
Hours of operation.
Sorry, I think you might have been muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, our hours of operation are 7 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Okay, how many days a week?
7 days a week.
And then how many employees do you have?
I'd say we have about 10 to 12 employees at the moment.
How many per shift?
Maximum of 2 to 3 per shift.
You guys have any off-street parking?
Yes.
We have our own parking lot, which has between around 15 spots. So ample parking.
Sorry, we can only take testimony from one person at a time. So if there's someone else on the call that is in association with this, we can come to you after we're done from hearing out. Okay.
Ron, would you just mute for a moment?
Thank you. Is there an area for shipping or receiving?
There's not a loading dock, but we do have a large parking lot. So yes.
And do you guys have any exterior lighting or surveillance cameras currently installed?
Yes, we have ample exterior lighting, high power LEDs, which illuminate the entire parking area and outside of the building. And we also have a full security system, both inside and outside the building.
Okay. And you guys said that you do have a commercial dumpster, is that correct?
Say that again?
You guys, did you mention you do have a commercial dumpster, is that correct?
Yes, in the alley, we have a large recycling, a large yard waste, and a large trash dumpster.
Okay. And then just for the record, there shall be no sale of items that can be used or intended for use as drug paraphernalia as defined in Ordinance 68404 or its successor ordinances, including but not limited to food scales, glass tubes, disposable lighters with pop-off tops, steel scrubbing pads and screens, rolling papers, pseudoephedrine, diet supplements, sleep aids, bath salts, or other substitutes for illegal drugs. In addition, there shall be no sale of cigars or cigarillos commonly used or adapted for use involving a controlled substance. Do you plan on selling any of those?
No.
Yeah. And then the tobacco products that you do sell, is that just cigars or cigarettes, or could you explain that a little bit further?
Yes, right now it's just cigars and cigarettes and some loose tobacco.
And then do you guys currently have any signs installed on the exterior of the premise?
No, we do not.
Okay. Do you plan on applying for any additional sign permits?
At the moment, no.
Have you reached out to your neighborhood association or alderperson for their support?
We have made attempts.
So your Ward 4. Seven. And then these are just two questions that we ask everyone. Will the use be detrimental to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare?
No.
Will the use cause serious injury to the neighboring property by hindering use or reducing or impairing property values?
No, in fact, since coming into the building, we've cleaned up the entire area, and we have someone employed to constantly clean trash around the entire property. So if anything, it's only improved the properties around the building.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, that is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone here today on the call in support of this application?
I think the Alderman's on here.
I am in support of Street Fur.
Okay, and can we have your name and mailing address, please, for the record?
Yes, my name is John Ashton Zipperer, Zipperer, 3023 South Jefferson Avenue. I live right next door to the shop, and ever since they have come into the area, it has done nothing but improve, given jobs to me and a bunch of the people that I know, and everybody in the area seems to really love what we're doing and supports us.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone else here today on the call in support of the application that would like to speak?
I am in support of Street Fur.
And then for the record, can we get your name and mailing address?
Yes, it's Frank Martin, 2350 Arkansas Avenue. And I'm a general manager at Street Fur, so I see kind of like the day-to-day interactions with all of our customers there. Through speaking with just people that live in the neighborhood and our regular customers, they feel that we're almost a place of a like family more than business. Whenever they walk in, they feel welcome to be there. They feel safe to be in the neighborhood. As Dominic said, we have someone that is their sole responsibility is to clean up trash around the area, make the building look better on the outside and the inside every single day. So if anything, I feel like we add to the neighborhood and people really want us there.
All right, thank you very much. Is there anyone else here today on the call in support of the application that would like to speak?
I am Brittany Swaller, and I can give you my mailing address. It is 140 Tartan Green Boulevard, Ellisville, Missouri, 63021.
Okay. Is there anything else?
I am in support. I would like to address the fact that I'm watching individuals that are true entrepreneurs, like young men that are making movement in the community. And I find it so inspiring, and that is why I joined the call in support.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else here today on the call that would like to speak in support? Alec, I'm not sure if Ron from earlier, if he can speak as well.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Yeah, are you business partners?
Yeah, I'm business partners with Alec there. Obviously, I'm in support of my own business. Alec's kind of gone over what the questions with you guys and all that. Do you guys have any other questions? You can go ahead and ask me.
And sorry, for the record, can we get your last name and mailing address as well?
Yeah, Larbi, Larbi, mailing address 167 Valley Brook Drive, O'Fallon, Missouri.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Is there anyone else here today on the call that's in support that would like to speak? Is there anyone here today on the call in opposition that would like to speak?
Yes.
And just for the record, can we get your name and mailing address, please?
I'm Alderwoman Sonia of the 7th Ward, and 1200 Market Street is the address.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, we can only have one person speak at a time. Okay, if you would like to add anything, you may do so. Alderwoman.
Yeah, thank you so much. I am just showing up today because there have been attempts by them to reach out to, they did reach out to me at the end of kind of last year around the holiday time about connecting with the neighborhood, with the neighborhood association, and we're interested in starting that process. And I gave them as much detailed information as I could about next steps to continue. Whenever a business wants to open, what I pretty much have is a letter of support form where they can kind of outline everything that I'm looking for, and it asks for everything from like what is the type of business that you're trying to open to what is what types of community engagement have you done, and it's very clear on that form that I have an expectation of community engagement. In this case, this was a special scenario because I actually learned about this business from residents and neighbors who said, hey, there's a business that's operating, they're selling tobacco products. Do you know anything about them? We're assuming that they went through the proper channels, but we haven't, we didn't hear about them until they were operating. So at that point, myself and my staff began to just kind of look further into the paperwork and the process and found out that they were operating without any of the proper licensing, from a conditional use permit to anything else, and that they were indeed selling tobacco products, which is especially concerning. I highlighted these things, and once they filled out the form, let them know, hey, I noticed that you didn't mention that you sell tobacco products, and there's no mention of the current active status of your licenses, and these licenses are missing, and you will need to, get these licenses in order, both your conditional use permit and the permission to sell tobacco products. You need to get those things before you proceed. And also, I then reached out to the neighborhood organization right away and said, hey, I want to let you all know that the smoke shop that you all mentioned to me at the neighborhood meeting actually did receive some outreach from them. They did fill out my form. I let them know what the next steps would be and asked them to communicate with you all and would encourage you all to set up a meeting. We exchanged a number of emails where I kind of just provided clarification on the process, but the neighborhood organization, as of today, has let me know that they've not been able to meet with them at all. They haven't been able to have those conversations. And so, while continuing to get email of complaints from residents, while continuing to have concerns from, neighbors, and I know that there's someone on this call who lives next door to the business, and I'm happy to see that people are being employed and happy to see that economic booster in a community. But I think, obviously, if only the people speaking in support of your business are those who are employed by your business or in ownership of your business, that the portion that I'm talking about are residents who wouldn't be employed by your business, so they wouldn't serve a direct benefit in that way, but would have to deal with the impacts or the outcomes of your business and would like to be in relationship with your business, as a lot of our residents are. But I've been told that they, again, no meeting has happened between them and the neighborhood organization. No direct community engagement with the residents in the neighborhood have happened after coming into their neighborhood and their community and operating without the proper license and selling tobacco products. So I am here today to be in opposition and to encourage them to make sure that they reach out to the neighborhood organization. And I understand that it can be difficult to kind of navigate the city's process, but you did get various emails from me explaining to you exactly what to do. It's not uncommon for me to kind of walk folks through this process as they go, but in order for the process to work, you do have to comply, and you want to make sure you're being respectful to neighbors. And it's not very respectful to come into their neighborhood, operate without the proper licenses, sell products that you're not authorized to sell, and then reach out to them on the back end very near your hearing time and have no additional communication with them in that time. That's unacceptable. And so I am here to be in opposition.
Alderwoman, would you be open to a continuation for them to reach out to the neighborhood association?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your testimony. Is there anyone else here today on the call in opposition that would like to speak?
I would like to speak on rebuttal to what the Alderwoman just said.
Okay, one second, please. The rebuttal or
Yeah, we can take a rebuttal. That's okay.
is there anyone else here today on the call in opposition that would like to speak before we allow the rebuttal?
I have a follow-up question. I don't know if I should have put that in my testimony, but I am curious, are you all still planning to sell tobacco products that operate while you don't have the proper licenses or any authority to sell those products? And since someone is going to respond in rebuttal, I would like an answer to that question in a rebuttal.
I would like to put in that they should not be operating at all without the proper occupancy permit. So you do need to close until your occupancy permit gets issued. And if you don't want to do it on your own, we would probably have somebody come out and close you down.
Understood. We've been closed actually since the beginning of December, last week of November, actually.
Okay, if
So
you're
we have
talking,
not been
just a
we have
minute,
not been
just a
operating
minute,
at all.
just a minute. It's not your turn yet.
Sorry.
Do you want to call him back on rebuttal and get his name? Sure. You want me to go ahead? Okay, let's get your name and whoever is talking in rebuttal, let's get your name and address again, and then you can go ahead.
Okay. Ronald Larby, 636 or 671 Valley Brook Drive, O'Fallon, Missouri.
And are you one of the owners?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So we had reached out to the alderwoman before we had shut down, and then she had told us to reach out to the neighborhood committee. I have logs of at least 10 emails sent to each person within the neighborhood committee. I have text messages that are left on read, and I can present that to you as well. Also, whenever we had shut down at the end of November, we also have 120 petition signs for us to open back up from the neighborhood. Half of them are online, and then half of them are written in person. So we can also present that to you as well. But as far as talking to the neighborhood committee, I have a friend that is actually good friends with the head of the neighborhood committee, and I even tried to go that route, and I still have had no luck with that. Also, I've been working with Jason Griffin at the Business Assistance Center downtown in order to get our license. And he was also kind of worried because the neighborhood committee was just not responding to us. So he also has emails to them as well regarding us. So,
Mr. Larby, we're going to go ahead and continue this case until you can meet with the neighborhood association. You're not to open up until you receive your occupancy permit, okay?
Understood.
And then as soon as you meet with the neighborhood association, you need to reach back out to zoning so we can put you back on an agenda. But until then, we won't be putting you back on an agenda until we hear from you saying you met with the neighborhood association, okay?
Okay.
Hearing heard.
I do have a question, please.
Who is speaking? Okay. Alderwoman.
Alice Labby.
No, we've already closed. We've already closed the hearing. Sorry. No more questions right now. If you have a question for zoning, you can call our number at 314-622-3666.
I'm not sure that would do any help because I wanted to talk about the neighborhood committee and ask if somebody can help with getting them to
The
respond.
Alderwoman, you can reach out to the Alderwoman's office to get the information to reach the neighborhood committee. We're gonna call this hearing heard, okay? Maya, will you please read the next case?
2201 Macklin Avenue, AOP 1156 58 11586 24 Toasted Tavern. Carryout restaurant, no liquor, no outside seating. F Neighborhood Commercial District, Ward 5.
Is there anyone here today to represent this application?
Yes.
Can we please get your full name and mailing address for the record?
Yep. Matthew Fuller, Fuller, and it's 63110.
Can we get your address again, please?
2201 Mackland Avenue.
Okay, and then do you want to briefly tell us a little bit about what you'll be doing here?
Yeah, so the previous business was a Mama Toscano's Ravioli. We're the Toasted Tavern. We're going to do a lot of similar things that they did. We make toasted raviolis, fresh pasta. We have a walk-in freezer, so we'll do some like take and bake lasagnas and frozen items and things like that. With also lunch taking go, but it's all grab and go.
Okay, there's no indoor or outdoor seating?
No.
How big is the space?
I believe it's 2,000 square feet, but most of that is kitchen and storage and stuff.
Okay. And then is there a waiting area inside for customers while they're
Yeah,
waiting?
there's a small little waiting area.
How many employees will you have?
Right now it's just me and my co-owner, my wife, but I'm sure we'll have at least 4 or 5 employees.
Do you have any off-street parking?
No.
Okay, so it's street parking for customers.
Yes.
Okay, and then what are the days and hours that you will operate?
Right now I think we're 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Do you serve any liquor?
No.
Is there a loading area for truck deliveries?
No.
Do you get truck deliveries?
No, we don't.
And then how many exits does the space slash restaurant have?
4.
And then is the restaurant ADA accessible?
Yes.
You said you don't have any indoor or outdoor seating, is that correct?
Correct.
Is there any walk-up window or drive-through of any sort?
No.
Where do you dispose of trash?
We will have a large trash dumpster in the back. Just hasn't shown up yet.
Will you post any signage on or around the building?
We don't currently, but we will.
Okay, just so you know, and for
Proper
the record,
permits. Yeah.
all signage must be applied for and approved by the zoning administrator. Do you plan on doing any structural alterations to the space?
No.
Okay, and then as of today, have you had any health or safety inspections done yet?
We have had all of our safety occupancy inspections done, and we've passed those. And we are about to apply for our health inspection.
Okay. Do you have any letters of support from the neighborhood or alderperson?
I talked with the alderman, and he said he was going to write a letter of support. I'll be honest, that was months ago, and I didn't honestly follow up with him, so I don't know if he actually sent it in or not.
Right. Yeah, we don't have one on
Okay,
file.
well, I'll reach back out to him. I can get him to send it in.
Okay.
Isn't that the one I just printed?
In this one.
It's on Hampton.
The email that you can send that letter to is put in the chat, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And then there's just two questions we ask everyone. Will the use be detrimental to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare?
No.
And will the use cause serious injury to the neighboring property by hindering use or reducing or impairing property values?
No.
All right. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Great. Thank you for your testimony. Is there anyone here today on the call in support of the application? Is there anyone here today on the call in opposition of the application? All right, we call this hearing heard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maya, will you please read the next case?
501 Olive Street, AOP 1159624, Hotel Indigo, hotel with restaurant, pool drink liquor, rooftop patio, and sidewalk seating. I Central Business District, Ward 8.
Is there anyone here to represent this application? Somebody want to read the next application?
3101 Union Boulevard, AOP 1158724, Hard Knocks Nursery and Education Center, licensed daycare with 130 children with cooking, F Neighborhood Commercial District, Ward 12.
Okay, is there anyone here to represent this application?
Yes, good morning.
Okay, can I get your name
How
and
you guys
address?
doing?
Good,
My
how are
name is
you?
Franchette Swopes. I'm great. Thanks for asking. My name is Franchette Swopes. The address is 3101 Union Boulevard, St. Louis, Missouri 63115.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a little about the age range of the children you'll be taking care of?
Yes, the children age range from the age of 0 to 12 years old.
Okay. How big is the building at this address?
I want to say it's 11,000 square feet.
Okay, is that all on one level?
No, there's actually two levels. There's a first floor,
Okay.
then there's a second floor.
So you feel you're comfortable in accommodating 130 children?
Yes, sir. I'm actually doing a transfer. My daycare is located now at 2626 Union Boulevard. We're on the corner of Union and Northland. We've been here for 4 years. I was actually wanted to transfer because we have more kids here that we can accommodate. So we definitely need a bigger space. And then I would
Okay.
like to get off of this corner because it's a lot going on this corner. I share a corner with another business as well, and uh, there's been no problems. Just the parking is bad, and then they throw a lot of trash out in front of the place, different things like that once they get their food and things like that.
Okay. Will you be living at this address?
No, sir.
Will you be able to separate the children by ages? And how
Yes,
will you
all
do
children
that?
all children are separated by ages. There's a ratio thing from the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. All infants are 4-to-1. Infants are considered as any child from the age of 0 to 1. They have to be on the first level because they can't walk down steps and things like that, just in case there's a fire. We'll be able to get them out the building safely. Any child 2 and up can be on the second floor.
Okay. So you have stairs but no elevator?
No
Okay.
elevator, just stairs. Yes, sir.
Okay.
No elevator. Just want to say it's like maybe 9, 10 stairs.
Okay. And what type of activities do you have for the children during the day?
Well, our center accommodates the children with curriculum, and it's more so than playtime. We teach the children, prepare the children for school. We're getting them ready for preschool. We teach a lot of, the basic ABCs, potty training, walking, talking, things of that nature. But for the most part,
Okay.
it's mostly educational and curriculum.
Okay. How many employees do you have?
Currently now I have 2, 4, I have 8.
Okay. And what hours and days of the week will you be operating?
We're open for 7 days a week, 365 days in a year, from 6 a.m. to 11:59 at night.
Do you prepare your own meals?
Yes, we prepare all healthy meals. We do breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and then supper and a snack. Everything is prepared healthy from nutritionist wise for the children. Chicken nuggets, uh, any vegetable that you name, potatoes, always most definitely fruit.
You have a commercial kitchen?
Yeah, but the kitchen is commercial, but these inspectors and all that been in already in regards to the kitchen, and I'm working on those things that's they put in play for the kitchen.
Okay. Do you provide any transportation to and from the daycare? Do you pick
No,
kids
not
up
at the moment.
Okay.
No, sir. The parents, majority of our children, if not 95% of us, within the 63112, 63113, and the 63115. Majority of them walk. They're that close to the center. It's basically for the
Okay.
neighborhood.
Is there an area outside for the kids to play outside? A
Yes,
fenced
it is.
area?
There's a gated. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Okay.
There's a gated area for that to accommodate a multiple kids at one time.
Okay. And that's fenced, right? Fenced in?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Okay. So where will the main entrance be? Is that off of Union or?
The main entrance is off of Union. This building sit back where we at now. We're like right on the corner of Northland and Union. I have boulders out, to keep cars if anything oh Lord, to prevent anything from happening. I have boulders that's sitting out. The 3101 building is definitely the entrance is on Union, but the building sit back further, off of Union. But yes, the entrance is on Union.
Okay. So how many entrances and exits do you have altogether in the building?
The 1, 2, 3. There's 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
And is there an entrance?
And we have to make another. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is there an entrance or exit that leads right into the building without having to climb up and down stairs? In other words, a handicap
Yes, sir.
accessible entry? Okay.
Yes. There's a ramp and everything there at the front entrance. There's double doors that's accessible for handicap. And
Okay. Do you have a commercial dumpster?
yes.
Will you be posting any signage on the building?
Yes, sir. And I'm very aware that I have to get the proper permits for signage. That'll happen on down the line because that's a little expensive right now.
Okay. And you said you've had health and safety inspections done already?
Yes, everybody's been in and let me know what need to be done. So I'm working on those things now.
Okay. Have you reached out to your neighborhood association or your alder person for their support?
Yes, I have. I couldn't get in contact with the alderwoman, but I definitely got in contact with the neighborhood association. I've joined the committee. I'm part of the association now as we speak.
Okay, well, the alderman has submitted a letter in opposition to your space. Have you talked to Alderwoman Tice?
I think it's Sharon, it's Miss Sharon, right?
Yeah, Sharon Tice.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Have you
have it,
talked to
Sharon.
her?
That's right. No, I have left no, I left plenty of messages at her office and I've also emailed her, but I didn't get a response back.
Okay, she has sent a letter to us in opposition, so you might want to talk to her before we can approve this. Okay.
Can you, what does that letter say? Is it any way I can know? Because I've been trying to reach out to her and I got in contact with
Okay.
actually the letter. I would definitely like to meet her. I don't know who she is. I've never met her. I've never even had a
Okay.
conversation with her.
She says reasons for her concern and lack of support at this time is she's not received a call, email, or regular mail correspondence regarding the proposed 130 children nursery re-education center. She's open to discussing their plans with the owner of the property and the proposed business owners. Number two, when this property was purchased, I believe from LRA back in 2017 or so, it was done with the promise of rehabbing the building and immediately placing, I believe, the body of Christ Church there. Since that time, the building has remained vacant and boarded up for 6 years with little and no progress towards the promised church. The owners of the property have failed to keep their promise as to what would be located on the property. And she says the property is located on Union Boulevard on the eastern edge and near the northern edge of the Wells Goodfellow neighborhood, where there are several different sized daycare facilities already established. Number four, this may be a dangerous place to locate a nursery and education center. The property abuts an MSD floor area immediately to the west of the property. MSD has for years had several flood basins just in the back of the property at 3101 Union, running to Abner Place a block away. They have also been buying almost all of the property from 5300 to 5400 blocks on Ashland to the south and to 5300 block of Labadie to the north, to the 3100 block of Arlington to the west, and to all but 13 homes in the 2900 block of Abner Place, and 7 or so homes on the 300 block of Labadie. The basins were supposed to be 100-year flood control. In fact, MSD assured me over and over that there was no need to worry about any flooding problems. However, in 2022, during a downpour of rain and flooding in the area, the basins overflowed into the streets and buckled the streets of Ashland, Greer, Abner Place, and Arlington, causing the streets to have to be closed for a while in the area. I have been continuously encouraging MSD to purchase the remaining properties in this area. Number five, the purpose of F Neighborhood Commercial District is to establish and preserve those commercial and professional facilities that are especially useful in close proximity to residential areas. The district is designed to provide convenient shopping and servicing establishments for persons residing in the immediate neighborhood to satisfy those basic home and personal shopping and service needs, which occur frequently, and so require retail and service facilities in relative proximity to places of residence, so long as such uses are compatible with and do not detract from adjacent residential areas. Building another daycare center at this time would not be in the best interest of the surrounding neighborhood. At the community meetings I have hosted and attended, there has been no call for another daycare to service those in the surrounding neighborhoods. For the above stated reasons, I cannot at this time support a conditional use for Hard Knocks Nursery and Education Center licensed daycare with 130 children with cooking to be located at 3101 Union in an F neighborhood commercial district in the Wells Goodfellow neighborhood. Thank you in advance for your consideration. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me at 314-622-3759, my direct City Hall office number, or 314-328-5189, my cell number. Or her email address is tyuss@stlouis-mo.gov. So
Can you put, I'm sorry, go ahead.
anyway, that's the substance of her denial letter. I think you're going to need to talk to her about pursuing this application any further because she's pretty.
I definitely reached out to her.
Okay.
I definitely reached out and didn't get a response, but I did get a response for the neighborhood association. But I'm not aware of none of those things that's was stated in the letter. There is no flooding within the facility. There is no daycares over here but mine, which is Hard Knocks Nursing Education Center, now located at 2626 Union. I'm the only daycare within this 63112 in the 63113 area that's on Union. I'm the only one on Union. Don't know about the situation with the current owners, but the building, all the inspectors have been in the building. The building is definitely has been totally remodeled. I was only told by the building inspector and mechanical inspector that there was only maybe a handful of things that need to be done, which is not anything major. All the other inspectors, plumbing, electrical, they've been into the building. There was nothing need to be done in regards to that. There's already a fire system within the building. There's already cameras within the building. There's an alarm system within the building. And yes, the building is boarded up because of, break-ins and, things like that. It has been broke in before, where they've stolen the HVAC unit and the mini splits. But the building is in tip-top shape. It has totally been rehabbed, far as what I've seen pictures of before, it was bought in with the LRA, as you stated, but they definitely have done a total rehab on the entire building, in and out.
Okay.
But I would definitely reach out to her, most definitely, because I wasn't aware of those things, but a lot of them has been done because the building is in great shape, inside and outside is in great shape.
Okay.
The playground is already there, it's fenced in, it have playground equipment and everything there. All I know is they had an occupancy permit. When I went down to fill out for my occupancy and different things like that, I was told that there's an occupancy permit for a church, T-Bach Church.
Okay.
There is a current occupancy permit on the building as we speak for T-Bach Church. I have a letter of support from the Kings Way West Neighborhood Association. And again, I couldn't get in contact with Miss Tyrus, but I did make several attempts to reach out to her, and I will continue that to reach out to her as well, because I would love to talk to her and see what she does.
Yeah, we recommended to contact her and have a meeting with her to iron this out. And in the meantime, we're going to have to continue this application until that happens and we get some kind of resolution with the other one. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
I totally
anybody
agree.
else? Is there anybody else in support of this application? Is there anyone else opposed to this application? Okay, we call this hearing heard. Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you. You guys have a great day and stay warm.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Tonight, you want to read the rest of the next application?
Yeah. 2652 Hampton Avenue, AB 58363724, interior exterior alteration, zoning only, marijuana dispensary per plans, F neighborhood commercial district, Ward 5.
Okay, is there anyone here to represent this application?
Yes, good morning. My name is Andrew Lammert, and I'm here with my partner, Kyle Lenz.
Is that Lammert?
Yes, Lammert, and our address is 1120 South 6th Street.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit about how you're, what you're proposing to do here?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, first, just by way of a little further introduction, as I mentioned, my name is Andrew Lambert. I'm a partner at McCarthy, Leonard and Kammer, a local law firm for the last 17 years. In 2018, my partners and I co-founded High Fidelity Brands, and I'm currently serving as the chief legal officer of the organization. We are a vertically integrated cannabis company operating solely out of the St. Louis, Missouri greater area. Since May 2021, we've actually opened 4 dispensaries in the greater area. Recently, Soulard, and then Fenton, St. Peter's, and Manchester. So this would be our 5th location. We are seeking a conditional use permit to operate a cannabis dispensary at the address. We do have substantial local support. For the proposed use, we have obtained 44 letters of support, 29 business members and owners, 13 residents, 2 older women and men, Megan Green, the president, and then our local Ward 5 alderman, Joseph Bulmer.
Excuse me, sir, you're like muffled. We're having a hard time hearing you.
Give me a second, well, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
that's better. Yes.
Perfect. Just to reiterate, we have 44 letters of support with the support of our local alderman, Joseph Bulmer, and the board president, Megan Green. And we do have the support of one neighborhood association, the Southwest Gardens Neighborhood Association. I'll just run through how our use complies with the standards required by local law. The use will not be detrimental to public health, safety, morals, or general welfare. As far as public health goes, all cannabis products are lab tested to meet state mandated safety and quality standards. We will provide educational resources on responsible use, risks, and benefits of cannabis. We will offer medicinal cannabis to improve the quality of life for patients with qualifying conditions. With regard to public safety, state law requires strict security measures, including on-site security surveillance, cameras, and alarm systems, which add increased safety in the area. We will comply with all Missouri cannabis regulations, but set very high standards for facility compliance and operations, as we do with our other 4 dispensaries that are currently in operation. There are strict standards under state law for security, both outside and inside the facility, surveillance systems and technology, background checks for employees who need to obtain and maintain facility agent identification cards to work for our facility. And then we have age gating in place, which ensures only individuals 21 plus or with a valid medical card can enter the facility. And we will certainly ID them to verify that they come in each time. And there's never ever any consumption allowed on site, and many other laws that we have to comply with under state law.
Excuse me, sir. We have a bunch of questions to ask you as
well.
well.
Sure. I apologize. I was just going to run through the standards, which I knew you were going to ask me, but fire away. Sorry about that.
Ask you about the standards. Okay.
Okay, I know you talked about some of this, but let me go back to our format. You said you do have closed circuit television and security inside and out.
We do.
You have a fireproof vault or safe.
Yes.
You have a centrally monitored fire and burglar alarm system.
Yes, sir.
Will the exterior of the building and parking area be equipped with lighting fixtures of sufficient lighting intensity to illuminate all interior areas of the lot with an illumination of not less than 1.5 foot candles evenly distributed?
Yes, sir.
Will the facility use any equipment or process that creates noise, dust, vibration, glare, fumes, odors, or electrical interference detectable to the normal senses beyond the property boundary?
No, sir. And I'll be sure to let you finish reading. Apologize.
No person or facility shall dispose of marijuana or marijuana-infused products in an unsecured waste receptacle, not in possession and control of the licensee, and designed to prohibit unauthorized access. Can you comply with this requirement?
Yes, sir.
Will you display the facility's state-issued license on the interior of the facility, visible to the public?
We will.
Will the facility allow on-site consumption of marijuana or marijuana-infused products on the premises?
We will not.
Will all cultivation, processing, storage, display, and sales of other distribution of marijuana occur within an enclosed building and not be visible from the exterior of said building?
Yes, we won't be doing any cultivation, but yes, as to the rest of your state.
Okay. Will any aspect of the business be operating from a trailer, cargo container, or mobile vehicle? Or will any aspect of the business be conducted in a mobile or transitory location or from any fashion or location that is not a permanent and fixed structure?
No.
You provide delivery services?
No.
Will the facility display a sign on the interior indicating that a patient identification card or primary caregiver identification card issued from the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services is required and must be presented to purchase medical marijuana and medical marijuana infused products?
Yes.
And a photo ID showing a customer is at least 25 years of age is required and must be presented to purchase marijuana or marijuana infused products. Will your facility comply with this requirement?
Yes.
Okay. Will you sell to customers who are in cars or who consume the sold products in cars parked on the facility? Will you sell products through a sales window to customers who are in cars for the immediate consumption by the customer on or off the premises?
No, we will not.
Will the facility be operating from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday through Saturday?
I believe the local ordinance recently changed, allowing us to be open until 10 p.m. So it would be within, I believe the new hours are 8 to 10. But
Okay.
regardless of what the current laws, we will comply with all local laws and time as far
Okay.
as.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was changed to 10 p.m. Do you agree to comply with all regulations regarding the posting of signage?
Yes, sir.
Will you comply with requirements that windows and doors not be covered by boards, mesh, grates, materials, or coverings of any kind except proper blinds and curtains?
Yes, sir.
Will you have cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing its windows and doors?
No.
Will you provide dedicated off-street parking?
No, we have no dedicated off-street park. We have 50 spots on the property.
Okay, so you have parking for 50. Okay. Do you have a waste management service with a commercial dumpster?
Yes.
Okay. We have letters of support from the neighborhood association and the alderperson for that area. And you said you had 44 letters of or petitions. I think we have those two in the file.
Yeah, so hopefully you should. I think my office submitted all those, but yes, 44 letters. Or I can go through the breakdown of those if you'd like.
Yeah, we have quite a few here.
Notably, obviously, the Megan Green, Joseph Bulmer, and then the Southwest Gardens Neighborhood Association.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Two standard questions. Will the use be detrimental to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare?
No, they will not. No, the use will not.
Will the use cause serious injury to the neighboring property by hindering use or reducing or impairing property values?
No, it will not.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I did have just under each one of those standards, just to make the record. I'll run through it quickly if you don't mind.
Okay.
Perfect. Then with regard to the second standard, the use not causing serious injury to the neighboring property, hindering the use or reducing or impairing property values. In the areas of our other four dispensaries, that has not happened. There's been no reduction or impairment of the property values. We will spend approximately $1.5 million improvements to this property. Our current, and this is going to be modeled and designed after our current operational other 4 stores, which are clean, secure, and more like a Whole Foods store than they are a back alley head shop. Some people may think of. And studies have shown the property values near dispensaries often increase due to higher economic activity. With regard to the use contributing to enhance and promote the general welfare and convenience of the specific location, the use or the proposed use will provide economic benefits. And we will generate tax revenue. In the 8 months since our Soulard store has been open, we have paid $270,098.66 in local taxes, specifically $228,248.85 in the St. Louis City tax, and then also the Soulard CID tax, sales tax, $41,849.81. We will be creating local jobs to the tune of 25 to 32 employees. We will attract more customers to nearby businesses, boosting the local economy. As far as health and wellness benefits go, we will provide convenient access to medicinal cannabis for residents with qualifying conditions. And we do plan to educate the community on safe, responsible, and beneficial cannabis use. We do that with our current stores now. Convenience and accessibility for the use. We plan to meet the growing demand for legal regulated cannabis in the area. As far as neighborhood improvement goes, we're going to revitalize a vacant and underused property in the area on a major traffic way in the city. We will enhance the neighborhood's appearance with a high quality design on the building. Again, the build out expense is substantial for us. As far as community contributions go, we intend to enhance public safety with strict security measures and crime deterrence on our property, which will improve the neighborhood safety through use of cameras, lighting, and on-site security. Cameras are state mandated and they are abundant. As we have in other locales for our other dispensaries, we will invest in the neighborhood through sponsorships and partnerships with local organizations, charitable efforts to support them. With regard to the use being complementary or compatible with the surrounding uses, the use is complementary and compatible because, again, our 4 stores, as I mentioned, have had no negative impact on adjacent uses or community facilities. So we expect the same here. We are located on a commercial corridor, Hampton Avenue, aligning with nearby retail and service businesses. The use will have no negative impact because we will adhere to all strict state law and local law, which will ensure professional and orderly operations. We have odor control and advanced filtration systems to ensure no smell escapes with regard to our product. We have quiet operations with no noise disturbance to surrounding businesses or residents. As I mentioned, we have enough parking to effectively allow employees to park and typical customer counts to meet typical customer counts, 50 spaces. If someone gets concerned, and finally, the last standard, the use shall in all other respects conform to the applicable zoning regulations and standards, including without limitation, the particular regulations and standards stated for particular conditional uses in the various zoning district. The use will be compliant with the zoning regulations because the property at 2652 Hampton is located in a zoning district that permits cannabis dispensaries under a conditional use. We have and will continue to ensure all zoning requirements, including land use compatibility and conditional use standards, are met, obtaining all necessary permits and the rights. The proposed location is compliant with buffer requirements of state, federal, state and local law, and the required distances from sensitive areas, schools, daycares, places of worship. And we will operate. The dispensary will always be compliant with state and local cannabis regulations. And the staff is highly trained to follow all state and local laws, including laws regarding sales, product handling, and age verification. That's all I have. I really appreciate you all taking the time.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else here in support of this application? Is anyone opposed to this application? Okay, we call this hearing heard. Thank you very much for your testimony.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
And call Iowa one more time.
No.
501 Olive Street, AOP 1159624, Hotel Indigo, hotel with restaurant, full drink liquor, rooftop patio and sidewalk seating. I, Central Business District, Ward 8.
Is anyone here in support of this application? Okay, hearing none, we're going to need to continue this. Thank you.